When it comes to affordable pricing, Xiaomi will always be the #1 international mobile brand that comes to the mind of every Filipinos. Why is that? Well, because Xiaomi offers honest pricing on their smartphones. Hey guys, I'm Jam of jamonline.ph, and today we're gonna unbox and take a closer look on the Xiaomi Redmi 6A. So this is their latest affordable smartphone. It's an entry-level smartphone and it will only cost you 5,290 pesos. So what's up with this smartphone? Well, the Xiaomi Redmi 6A does come with a 5.45-inch HD plus display. It also comes with a Helio A22 processor. There's a 13 megapixel rear camera, a 5 megapixel front camera. This one comes with a 2 gigs of RAM, but it also comes in a higher or better variant. It also comes with a 16 gigs of internal storage, but don't worry because you can expand the storage of the smartphone. And lastly, this one comes with a 3000 milliamps of battery. I know that's pretty good. That's a pretty good specifications, but how does it fare? Let's check out the smartphone and let's see how good the Xiaomi Redmi 6A is. So we got here the Xiaomi Redmi 6A. So here we go, we got here the Xiaomi Redmi 6A, but we're gonna talk about the smartphone later. But first we need to unbox. So we need to check out what's inside the box of the Redmi 6A. So we got here the user guide. Okay, nothing so fancy about that, but just a typical Xiaomi user guide. Also got here the micro USB to USB cable. And then we have here the charger. So the charger is 5 volts, 1 ampere. Okay, that's a little bit disappointing, but again, you have to consider that the Redmi 6A is an affordable smartphone. Okay guys, so time to focus on the Redmi 6A. Okay guys, so you're looking at the Xiaomi Redmi 6A. It's an entry-level Android smartphone from the Chinese company. So before we get down to the software of the smartphone, let's talk about the smartphone. I mean the hardware itself. So at the back we got here the 13 megapixel rear camera. In the front we got here the 5 megapixel camera. Unfortunately, there's no dual lens camera on the smartphone. And inside this one is a Helio A22 processor, which is fairly new. And as you can see here, there's a 5.45-inch display here. It's an HD plus display. It's not the best display that you will see on a smartphone like this. It isn't probably the best one even in its price range, but come on, it's an 18:9. It's an affordable smartphone. It's an entry-level smartphone, and they have to make compromises to make the smartphone really affordable. One of the things that's been noticeably missing on the smartphone is the fingerprint scanner. Fortunately, there's no fingerprint scanner of the smartphone, but later we will check out if there's face unlock on this one. Actually, let's check out if there's a face unlock on this one. Well, unfortunately, there's no screen or face unlock on the smartphone, so you have to rely on the patterns or numbers or whatever. Anyway, before we get down to that, again, we got here the 5.45-inch display. The bezels are not that thin. It's actually really noticeable on this one. It's kind of thick compared to most smartphones these days, but again, you have to give some consideration onto this one because this one is an entry-level Android smartphone. So on the left we got here the 2 card tray. Actually, I'm gonna show that to you before we proceed. So let's see here. So one of them is actually just a single SIM card tray, okay, while the other one houses the micro SD card slot and also the other SIM card slot for the smartphone. Again, the smartphone is made of plastic. There's a little bit of hollow feeling in the back, very generic look. Again, this is an entry-level smartphone, so don't expect too much from it. Below, there's the micro USB port, And at the top we got here the headphone jack. So yes, there's a headphone jack on this smartphone. So as you can see here, we got a volume rocker and a power button on this side, and none on the other side, so for the SIM card tray. So again, this is the display of the smartphone. Nothing really special about it. It isn't that good, it isn't that bad. It's just a fair display for a smartphone at its price range. Again, this is not the best display that you will see at its price range. It's 5290. This one's the 2 gigs of RAM with 16 gigs of internal storage. And yeah, this is the MIUI 9. Despite having a Helio A22 processor, most of you are not familiar with that one, including me actually, because this is the first smartphone that I've reviewed with that processor. And as you can see here, I'm still satisfied with it. It's very smooth as of this moment because of probably the optimization of MIUI, but so far I wouldn't have any problems with this one if I'm just a casual user of a smartphone. Maybe for Facebook, Twitter, and everything, I wouldn't have that problem. But if you're planning on heavy gaming on this one, probably you will feel that you need more power in the smartphone, probably a 636, especially if you're playing PUBG Mobile or whatever. Anyway, before we proceed, you can see here the applications that are pre-installed. We got here the security, which is basically optimizes your Redmi 6A, and also the tools here that probably some of them you will use, some of them not, but this one is really cool. We got here the screen recorder. So despite having an affordable price tag, we got a screen recorder here. It's getting popular on most Android smartphones these days. We got here the themes, of course, more applications, which is probably this is only Facebook. And there's the Microsoft applications, which are the Microsoft Office apps, Outlook, and Skype. I don't know who's using Skype these days except for corporate usage. Of course, we got here the file manager, Mi Drop, music and everything, Mi Video. So yeah, this one is very popular to most smartphones these days. One of the panels is that you could have everything, a quick access function, brief notes, stocks, and everything. You can customize this one, so you could add frequently used features and information here. So you could add cards to this one. This one is really useful if you're the type of person that you want to access some functions or functionalities, features, or just want to check out something really fast by just swiping to the left. This one is really useful. Again, there's no app drawer in here, and I'm gonna show you that this one is running on let's see here, Android 8.1. So there we go, the Xiaomi Redmi 6A is running on Android 8.1. It comes with a MIUI Global 9.6 quad-core 2 GHz, 2 gigs of RAM. There's 16 gigs of internal storage, but only 8 gigs of it is usable. So yeah, that's it for the software of the smartphone. So let's talk about the camera of the smartphone. So as you can see here, we got here the UI of the camera, which is very common to Xiaomi smartphones, very similar to other Xiaomi smartphones. This one is well, straight and tilt shift, beautify, timer, which is this HHD. Okay, so in low light cameras, it takes multiple okay, so it will take multiple photos and have a brighter or better photos at low light. This one's really cool. And then scene, so depending on the scenery that you are using, right, this is the settings, nothing really special about that. But on this one, we got here short video. This one's useful to like Instagrams or Snapchats and everything. So yes, that's 10 minutes of video. Then we got here video, of course. Unfortunately, I believe this one is only at 1080p, no 4K here, but that's expected for an affordable smartphone. Then of course I got here the photo. There's no AI on the smartphone. Square for Instagram or whatever application that you want to use it for. Panorama, and of course there's manual mode that lets you access the white balance. What's this? Is this yeah, the focusing. This one is focusing, that's our F. And then this one is shutter mode, and of course the ISO. So basically just a simple app, manual camera app on the smartphone. So I've actually used the camera a while ago, just like 2 shots. So this one is at low light. It's not perfect, it isn't that bad though for a smartphone at its price range. It's 5290. I'm actually surprised that I was able to get this kind of quality for a low light shot. Not perfect, not the best one, but still good, especially for its price range. This one is a selfie. It's a little bit washout, and the exposure is kind of off to me. Not really a fan of the selfie camera. This one is the rear camera. This one has the lighting and everything. And as you can see here, it got the right colors. It's quite good actually for the one that we got here. It's really good. The colors are good. It's quite sharp for a entry-level Android smartphone. And yeah, it's a really good rear camera. I'm actually surprised that the rear camera of the Xiaomi Redmi 6A could perform well. So yeah, I guess that's it for our hands-on unboxing of the Xiaomi Redmi 6A. So far, I like that the smartphone has a really good camera. There's a large 3000 mAh of battery. However, I'm not a fan of the display. It's made up of plastic, but again, Xiaomi needs to do that for some compromises so you could have a more affordable smartphone. So yeah, I guess that's it for our unboxing and hands-on of the Xiaomi Redmi 6A. So if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, well, now's the time to subscribe. So once again, I am jumonline.ph, and thanks for watching unboxing hands-on of the Xiaomi Redmi 6A.